Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ashley Lancelot Show. This is Sunday podcast night. I will be hiring two people starting next month. If you guys are interested in marketing and putting up advertisement, please let me know that link below or send me an email, ricecracker199@gmail.com, and also a video editor as well. We're probably going to be I'm not gonna pay you like ridiculous amount. It's gonna be like probably $20 for the week of 40. You're not really gonna do much. Probably do like 1 hour of work throughout the whole month. But we could discuss and stuff like that. Because we're gonna need new intro videos for multiple contents, marketing. Because I'm not. I guess I'll talk more about that later with marketing, probably towards the end. Um, and editing because we have a lot of like art videos from Ashley's computer that we want to condense and speed paint with music as well for her channel. But if you guys are interested, you want to do it for fun, or I'll pay you 40 bucks. Well, let me know. So yeah, until we get big enough, then I'll pay you full time and stuff like that. But this is just for you guys, just dabble in or want to get your name out there because your name will be in the damn thing. Okay, we have Ashley Art Fantasy. She's probably gonna stream. She'll be back by from Christmas. For the New Year, she should start streaming her artwork. Link down below. We have Grim Monolith and Dark Tenant Enterprise. Link down below as well. Show them some love. They just got the Dead or Alive 6 video about the skin. I watched like almost towards the end. Try to start it.
Yeah, it's a Dead or Alive video. They censored out one of the costumes
Uh,
for a returning character.
uh,
I don't know if you know the Dead or Alive cast. You know Rachel, character Rachel from Dead or Alive 5.
I already dabbled in the story mode, but once I heard
Well, the
6,
character Rachel from Dead or Alive 5, she's been in a bunch of Dead or Alive games, but they just added her back in to Dead or Alive 6,
uh-huh.
and they used a they used a character model that was in the other games, but she has multiple character models, so you can kind of pick her outfit. And one of her outfits, the most popular outfit, is one where she's really not wearing much at all. You know what I mean? It's like it's down to string bikini level, but it's really the outfit that most people know her for. And they decided not to put that in the game. They put her other outfit in the game, which completely covers her up.
Yeah, because that's why I didn't get number 6 because they're like a-hole about the skins.
Well, yeah,
I
this
hadn't
is
played a Dead or Alive game since the Sega Dreamcast, bro.
I didn't play when I only get the ones for the volleyball, so you can get the little mods to just have them play nude.
That's what I do with Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm surprised it's still alive though. That they're alive. Grim.
it's still alive because of other markets, not the U.S. market, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's popular in Japan, definitely.
Where
Um,
it's not censored at all.
I don't know. Every version of it seems to be censored today. I mean, there's a misconception that Japanese games aren't getting censored, and they are.
Hey,
Now they are, yeah.
Yeah.
Blue Rose, do you want to come on and talk with us?
Especially for the PlayStation games, because now all the censorship is from the US. You know.
Yeah, out of the U.S. office in California.
Yeah. Which pretty much kills them, you know.
And we have post-apocalyptic. Blue Rose says, "How is everyone?" Who wants to respond to Blue Rose?
Well, I'm just peachy keen.
Post.
I'm not drunk yet, so.
Ashley.
Send me
She died at
Send,
keyboard.
send me some money via PayPal, whoever's watching, and I'll go get a bottle of whiskey and I'll get drunk.
You have to turn the camera on and do an actual whiskey review, Graham.
Yeah.
I'd have to hook up the camera that
I don't know if you can have that because there's a lot of sugar in that bottle for you.
So here's the
Hard
deal,
liquor
right?
has less sugar.
No, but
Here's the deal, though, right? Liquor has a net negative. I'm sorry, alcohol has a net negative effect on your blood sugar. But does the alcohol have enough net negative effect to counter the amount of carbs and sugar in the beer or liquor that rises your blood sugar? So in the end, where does it leave you? It really it matters what you drink and how much you drink of it.
you should drink Jaeger.
If you drink a lot of beer, you're going to skyrocket your blood sugar. There's so many.
Yeah, that's why you have to drink hard liquor because the yeast would eat up all the sugar before you consume
Yeah.
it.
So you can drink a lot of hard liquor and diet soda and not skyrocket your blood sugar.
Mm-hmm. And then we should start the Game Awards. What everyone thought about it, what they saw, and everything else.
I just need to say something about that. The Game Awards is just a big conspiracy.
I don't think I actually watched the Game Awards. What was that, Grim?
Did anyone in the chat watch Game Awards?
I don't know. We only have Blue right now. Usually we get people that watches it throughout the week, and we get like 50, 60 views of it. Everyone likes, that's why we do this, and it's like 50, 60 people will watch it by next week. It's like, okay. But a lot of people want to watch for the Neverwinter Nights, the Beandog ports. So I already tried every single one now so far. And I'm gonna send Grim a copy of each for Christmas.
I can't wait to play that Neverwinter Nights game.
When he opens it up, it's gonna be a turd. It's like, where's the game? That is the game. A turd for
How
Grim.
you get?
No. If you really want to kill Grim, you put a bunch of placebos in the case.
No, I just put a Tootsie Roll if I want to kill them, or peppermint candy.
No, placebos are sugar pills, man.
We shouldn't mention poop on air anymore.
Why?
I don't know. If you want a bigger audience, seems kind of childish.
Well, we are grown men playing video games and Dungeons and Dragons,
and video games have far transcended the stigma of being a child's.
Not the boomer.
Hey, I like to
even some of the boomers understand.
Yeah, I like to put this out there. We're all men of culture here. We watch the anime today, so
we want to spin the make-believe teacups.
The make-believe teacups. I see.
We're the type of people that would watch the Ghost Stories dub just to make fun of the voice acting.
Yeah, I think we should try one of those, like that, or the dub for like the horrible dub for like Yu-Gi-Oh or Dragon Ball Z, and just make fun of it.
Dude, Oceanic dub Dragon Ball Z, man.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that dub,
but I don't know, like what the copyrights is with it though.
All right, so I do have a topic lineup for tonight. I think we should start with a little talk about our predictions on Star Wars slowly, and then we'll go to what we thought about the Ghostbusters trailer. Then I think we should hit up the Game Awards, and then we can end talking about the ports.
Okay, so you want to start with Star Wars?
Yeah, let's start with Star Wars. So has anyone heard?
I heard all the leaks. Been keeping track of. I've been watching one of your what's your group called where you hate on the new Star Wars trilogy?
We are the Fandom Menace.
Yeah, I've been watching all of those channels now, and I've been watching like interviews with Mark Hamill and Christian or Hayden Christensen and stuff.
Yeah.
and about their opinions on the movie, and even the actors are saying, "Yo, don't bother even watching the movie."
Well, how many more days is it until it's out? 5 more days. I'll send you guys pictures of me in the theater.
So like the leaks are like really freaking crazy. So like instead of Palpatine changing his like consciousness with another body like Legends did,
Mm-hmm.
um I don't know how to describe it, but
Well, he did
you
that
know,
multiple times until until Luke killed his last clone in the Legacy.
in Legends, yeah.
Yeah.
But the initially he didn't transfer his consciousness because the previous body was dying. He just did it so that he would be more youthful each time, so that
Mm-hmm.
he would be at his prime each time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, also, in Legends, his son was Triclon or something weird like that, where he does become like in tune with the dark side, but he's not a Sith Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And this time around, the leaks are that Rey's parents is Palpatine's children, which again are like in tune with the dark side, but they're not Sith Lords either. But they're just like collecting artifacts and stuff, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what the dagger that's in the movie takes place. You know?
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
could hear you.
Sorry, my mic is fucked up. Anyway, let's not confuse people with talking about extended universe stuff. Let's leave all of that out. What I want to talk about is what are we dealing with the movie? Because once you start talking about extended universe stuff, no one knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's true too. Unless they read the
So
book.
let's leave extended universe alone. Let's leave all that alone.
Even
Let's talk
Baby
about
Yoda.
Well,
Baby
Baby
Yoda.
Yoda's canon, so
Yeah.
um. So
You
basically, one of the first leaks was that Palpatine was a clone,
uh-huh.
but now the leak is he's not a clone. It's that he was so powerful, he was able to manifest in reality again and rebuild his body, and he created Snoke. So if you want to know the origin of Snoke, Palpatine put him there to create the New Order, so that he would have that army on top of his army.
Snoke is a marionette. So
Yeah.
like he was a person before Palpatine, but like Palpatine took control of his body and everything, and that's how
Well, we know
But
how
the but the
we know how it ends though.
Yeah, it ends when he tries to force lightning Rey. So no, so Kylo Ren falls over the pit or whatever, right? And we think he's dead.
he is
Then
dead. He
well,
did
no,
die in the end.
but he climbs back up. Hold on. So according to Doomcock, Overlord DVD, okay, then um Palpatine goes to force lightning Rey, and she pulls out both lightsabers, Leia and Luke's lightsaber, and she blocks the Force lightning with Leia's and Luke's lightsabers, and she pushes the Force lightning back at him, and she gets like electrocuted or something, and she falls down and she's gonna die, and then Kylo Ren climbs back up, gets like in front of her, saves her, and basically dies, and then she kills Palpatine with the lightsabers.
We'll see. We'll see.
And
And the
But
then
reason why it's called Rise of Skywalker is because they end when they're in Tatooine.
and
She looks up. She
someone
looks
asks
up.
who she is. Yep.
She looks up into the damn sunset scene, and she's like, "I am now Rey Skywalker." I'm like, "What the fuck,
Well,
man?"
no. So the scene is she's standing in the sunset. She's basically at the farm that Luke was raised on, and she's standing like looking over it, and it's the farm that he was raised on, and she's just looking up the sun, and an old woman, human woman, walks by her and says, "Hey, what's your name?" And she looks back and says, "Ray, Ray Skywalker."
Which, by the way, that girl is actually the uncle's granddaughter. So there's a relation to Luke there.
Who's the uncle's granddaughter?
So the dude that raised Luke is actually Anakin's half brother, and he was the one that raised Luke.
But the
But
guy that raised Luke, hold on, the guy that raised Luke was as Anakin's it was Anakin. It was his mother's brother.
I don't know. I heard it was his
Yeah.
half brother. His half brother.
No, the person that raised Luke was related to Anakin's mother.
Okay, but the girl that's there is his granddaughter. So that's what I heard.
Oh, the girl that's at the that could be. I'm just saying that the guy himself was related to Anakin's mother.
Let me stop you there. Thank you guys for coming. Subscribe, like, and share. You can ask us questions. We're talking about Star Wars right now, then Ghostbuster, and Game Award, and the Beandog port. Don't be shy to come in and talk with us. Continue.
So, are there any other like leaks that you've heard of that you think are like important?
So there's a lot of deleted scenes. There's a lot of
True.
wasted scenes. So Ezra Bridger was supposed to make an appearance in this movie. He was supposed to help lead the assault, and for some reason they had him on some sort of space horse type of BS. And he
Yes, and they
and it,
still have the space horses in it. Remember, they're in the trailer.
yes, they still have the space horses in it, but they ended up cutting Ezra Bridger's scene. So at this point in time, he's like in his mid-50s or something like that. But they ended up cutting his scene and then instead brought back his voice actor and then had his voices and Ahsoka Tano's voices in Rey's flashbacks through the Force.
So is that so you're referring to the little the little teaser or the fake teaser that J.J. Abrams said in the interview about Sokatana?
Yeah, which basically.
No, I'm not referring to that.
Because he asked someone it was an interview, and in that interview he asked them back, "Who's your favorite Jedi? Who would you like to see in the movie?" And they said, "Oh, I'd love to see Sokatana." And he said, "Well, go watch the movie then." And the guy was like, "Is Sokatana in it?" It's like, "Go watch the movie." That's all we'd say. I mean, if you look at if you look at the time frame, right, the timeline, Sokatana, if alive during this movie, would be old.
But her
doesn't mean
species actually live hundreds of years, so
But it's already been confirmed that if Sokatana was in this movie, she would be old.
yeah, she would.
Yeah.
But through leaks that I've heard, she does come back as like a voice, like in for a flashback when she was in tune to the Force.
So Many Ghosts was supposed to have a ton
Yeah,
of Hamill, a ton of Anakin, Yoda. This movie it should be the Sixth Sense, right? It seems like the whole movie is just Rey talking to ghosts of
yeah.
characters that they shouldn't have killed off.
Mhm. Especially Ezra Bridger,
Yeah,
because
yeah, exactly.
because this is a part of the bad marketing. Well, not really bad marketing, but you don't take a character that has an unfinished story and it still has a story progressing in other shows and stuff and just kill off and end the story right there. You know,
Hmm.
like
Sure.
so like the
And
end
you
of
don't call
Rebels.
your fans toxic either. You don't call the people that you need to spend money on your product toxic, so then they don't spend money on your product. Seems
Right,
like a bad business decision to me.
right. And it kind of like ruins and spoils the people that are into Star Wars Rebels and stuff because like they're now like, what's the point in watching any future season slash series that spin off of Rebels when we all know that Ezra Bridger's dead in the end? You know,
True. So what do you think about the leaks, Lance?
I don't really follow it. as much. I know about the J.J.
Okay.
Abrams one, but I'm still gonna go watch it.
Which J.J. Abrams leak?
The Sokatana one that was recent.
Yeah, that I saw that. It was last night or this morning. I saw
It
that.
was 2 days
It was.
ago.
Yeah, oh, it was 2 days ago. Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, I just I don't really follow. I'm not a huge Star Wars or Star Trek guy. I think everyone knows that. I read the books, except for Star Trek. I just watched the shows. But I played a lot of the Star Wars game. Back then I'd be like so into it. Now it's just like it's if it's good, it's good. If not, then I will buy the Blu-ray or the 4K version of it. This is gonna be the last of the Skywalker saga, hopefully. But
we don't know. We don't know what this is going to be the last of.
Yeah.
Anything. We don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
And you know what? This could end up being 3 different movies. They could literally make 3 different cuts that probably have 3 different stories with 7 different endings. With all of the reshoots they did, I bet you they have footage for several different versions of this movie.
Yeah.
Versions that we're probably never going to see or not going to see for 20 years. We're going to be old men walking with canes when we see the different cuts of this movie. Disney's gonna lock these away in a basement.
Yeah.
Let's move on to see what Ashley thinks.
Ashley?
You know for a fact I don't like Star Wars.
There you go.
You know what should happen, Grim? You know what should happen?
Let me ask you a question. Are we on a pop culture and gaming panel, or are we not on a pop culture and gaming panel? I'm confused.
We are. We're just like regular pop culture and gaming. But like the newer Star Wars, I don't think of them as my version as canon. I think the legacy to me is still
Who can hear
canon.
me now? I'm having problems with this damn earphones.
I can hear you.
Okay,
but like
I'm just saying. All right, go ahead.
Because the legacy to me is canon. Anything that Disney did, that's not canon to me. That's to me that never happened. To me, that's just cinematic enjoyment views, and that's it.
Except for Rebels, because Dave Filoni actually took all his source material from Legends and made it canon. So I will accept Rebels and then the last 2 seasons of Clone Wars, because the last 2 seasons was taken over by Disney. So yeah. But I agree, Legends to me is like a better canon. So
yeah, anything that Disney puts in now is just cinematic viewing, and that is it.
Hey, look, we all know what the answer is when you have a storyline that's destroying your canon and you need to get rid of it really quick. CBS has the answer.
What?
Throw your ship 1,000 years in the future and call it done.
Oh, you mean for Star Trek?
Yeah. Everyone was complaining. It's not canon. It's so bad. You're destroying the Well, all right. Let's just throw it 1,000 years in the future. There we go. Season 3. Yeah.
I don't know.
That didn't do too well with Fable.
Fable. You talking about the video game Fable?
Yeah. Each video game is like 1,000 years in the future.
Well, I don't think Fable had a really strong story. So
Fable 1 was good.
Fable 2 had the best story.
I never played 2 or 3 yet. I still own it.
3's the one that killed the series.
No, Star Trek number 3. That's number 1 and 2 was good of the new Star Trek movies.
I don't know. I think that Abrams Abrams shows up and says, "Hey, I'm gonna make a Star Trek. I know. I'm gonna blow up Vulcan. Yeah, that's a great idea." Abrams just ruins everything. Blowing up Vulcan was the dumbest canon idea ever. That just ruined it for most people who understand Star Trek. We're literally all watching that movie as Vulcan blows up, and
having an adult, like an old Spock watching it happen.
He gave those Indian tears.
The Spock from the alternate, the Spock from Star Trek Prime universe, right?
Yeah.
It was just that. I'm sorry, that was ridiculous. And however much someone likes the action in those movies, just how Abrams treated the story is absolutely pathetic.
Mm.
And then in the Star Trek Into Darkness movie, they make Khan the good guy, and the terrorist, Khan Noonien Singh. It's all Starfleet covering something up. It isn't that Khan Noonien Singh is a terrorist,
Mm-hmm.
which is what he was in the original story. He was a goddamn terrorist. It wasn't about Starfleet covering anything up.
Mm.
He made Khan Noonien Singh like a sympathetic good guy. What the fuck is that? Thanks, Jar Jar Abrams, and fuck you. Star Wars is going to be a fucking disaster, and I can't wait to see the fallout
And guess
from
what?
after this movie.
And in 50, 60, 100 years from now, it's still going to be up and going, and a new generation is going to tell you're a fogey. It still makes more money than you.
I think calling J.J. Abrams Jar Jar Abrams is too much of a compliment. I think he's worse than that.
All right, I accept that. All right, Ghostbusters. Who has seen the trailer?
I have. Ashley
have
has.
not.
Oh my god, go watch the trailer.
It's pretty good. It's not the all-female cast anymore. They just scrapped that and put it underneath the carpet.
Play the trailer while we're sitting here. Do it. We'll react to it. Come on, put it on the screen. Screen share it.
I think I could put it up on YouTube because it is trailer, isn't it?
It's a trailer, so if you can screen share it, and then
we'll do that right now.
And let me just preface this with the fact that people who were in love with that bomb of a fucking stupid movie, Ghostbusters 2016, are pissed off at this trailer, saying that you let the misogynists win.
You guys ready? It's all, I'm putting it up right now. Okay, I'm pressing play.
What are you doing here in Somerville anyway?
Honestly, my mom won't say it.
I don't see anything.
Broke.
It's on YouTube.
And the only thing that's left in our name is this creepy old farmhouse our grandfather left us in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Why'd you bring me up here?
It's
entertainment value.
What is that?
I don't know.
Yes, it is. It is the actor from
somehow
Stranger Things.
A town that isn't anywhere near a tectonic plate, that has no fault lines,
yes,
no
the
fracking,
green.
no loud
you know what that
music
green
even,
probably is, right?
is shaking on a
Your
daily
colon.
basis.
So,
they're saying the main villain might be the main villain that was in the first one.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, it is.
Was that Paul Rudd in the diner?
Yep. And do you know who I think Paul Rudd might be? He might be Sigourney Weaver's son, her character.
Okay.
There hasn't been a ghost.
That'd be
in
interesting.
30 years. New York in the 80s.
But wait till you see who these
it's
kids
like
are.
Dead.
Just listen.
Your dad never mentioned this to you?
It's just my mom. My grandfather died. My mom says we're just here to pick through the rubble of his life.
Wait a minute.
My grandfather died.
Yeah, he gone.
Who are you?
You should have let him figure it out.
I'll probably figure it out anyways. We'll be talking about it.
Call it fate. Call it luck.
The Shandar Mining Corporation.
I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, there's that dog.
Come on, darling.
There's dog.
They're called Hell Dog. It's Zool, actually.
You know what's funny? A guy was driving around
Has a gunner seat?
the same car in South Carolina. Like made one.
That is funny.
I was coming back from CVS. There you go.
Okay, so let me explain a couple things here. Of course, you notice that those two kids, the two twins there, they are the grandchildren of Egon Spengler.
Mm-hmm.
That house that they're living in is the last house that Egon Spengler owned, and why he owned it is because it is on top of the land that there was a mining company. That mining company is the same company that built the building in New York that summoned Gozer. So the metal that they were using in that building to summon Gozer is they mined it from that mine. So basically, they had something planned for that mine, and Egon knew and bought that house. And when there was no other ghost activity, he moved all of the equipment out there. Now, before anything ever happened, he passed away, of course, because the actor Harold Ramis passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So how far in the future is this if this is his grandchildren?
Well,
it's 2019.
Yeah, so because the big thing happened in the 80s.
Yeah.
So...
Their mother is his daughter. She's like she's like in her 40s. And then she has the two kids who are teenagers, and there's grandchildren.
Mm-hmm. And all the old actors are coming back as
yes.
Carry on.
They're more than cameos. They're part of the movie. Mm-hmm. So the actors that have returned that are in it are Dan Aykroyd. He's in it. Bill Murray's in it. God, what's the name of the guy the black guy? God, I'm embarrassing myself. But I met him at a Comic-Con too, and he's in it. And Sigourney Weaver. I can't talk. Sigourney Weaver.
She has a wiener.
Sigourney Weaver.
Wait, you mean Winston Zeddemore or whatever the hell this is?
Yes. Yeah. Ernie something is his name. Ernie something. They're all back. So the only one that's missing, Rick Moranis, they couldn't get to come and do the movie. They couldn't get him. Even though in the second movie he played like their lawyer, they couldn't get him to come back.
Yeah. Well, he gave up on that because his wife died and he'd take care of two kids.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago, and he since has gone back to acting, at least in Broadway since then. So that is not why he just didn't. I don't know. They just couldn't get him to do the movie.
Maybe he just didn't want to.
Yeah, I mean that's probably he just didn't want to. So basically, this movie is they're trying to pan it as about that it's pandering to toxic fans that didn't like the all-female cast.
I didn't like the all-female cast. I'm sorry, that movie. I have nothing against my gender. It's just it was a bad movie.
They're saying that
the script was horrible.
Yeah,
the script was bad. They got excellent actresses, but the script was horrible. They can have the best of the best, but if a script's bad, a script's bad.
I don't think Leslie Jones is a great actor, but that's fine.
They're all SNL comedians.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. They were given a very, very bad script, and the actresses took it too far on social media. Too much SJW crap went on with that movie, But some other points to make with this movie. We don't know who Rudd's character is, but he's like a ghost. He's there to study the seismic activity. We know that, right? And he knows a lot about the Ghostbusters. So what if his connection
he's also a teacher too.
Yes, he's their Sunday school teacher. So what if he turns out, and there's no indication of this, but what if it turns out that his connection is he's Sigourney Weaver's son? He's Sigourney, because remember,
the little baby from the second one.
The little baby from the second one. What if he's that kid?
His age would be perfect for that.
His age almost matches.
Almost.
He's that character would be like 35, and he can pass. Right. The age, I'm going to go with you. The age is close enough for him to be that character. So
we can shave his beard.
So the movie is about continuing on the legacy of the original characters, and and the fact that it's continuing on the story from the first movie, because it's about the Gozer cult.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's about the Gozer worshippers, and we even saw one of the Hell Dogs. We don't know if it's Zool or Vince, but it's either Zool or Vince. So if one of the Hell Dogs is there, the other one is there too.
Yeah.
So probably Zool and Vince, the gatekeeper and the keymaster, are there to bring Zool into our universe to destroy it.
I wonder what form Zool's gonna take this time.
Zool's one weakness is it will always take the form of it'll always take the form of what you want it to destroy you. And that is its weakness.
Yeah. That'll be funny. Like,
so it took the form of a beautiful woman.
You know, it'd be funny. The freaking Puffberry man just comes out from the ground, like,
the
I'm back,
marshmallow
bitches.
man?
Yeah.
Well, it was Dan.
Iconic.
Yeah, it was Dan Aykroyd's character that turned it into the Puff Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you use the video game as canon, Zool came back twice as the Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
But,
also, you know, the remake is it's out. You can guys can pick it up for the Xbox or the Switch or the PlayStation.
Yeah, the remaster, right?
Yeah.
It's a remaster.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it for the Xbox.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, a new one. The remaster,
Yeah, the
version of
remaster,
it. For the Wii U one, I believe, when it first came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you used to have the nunchucks to. Oh my God! Look, I have a proton cannon.
The nunchuck controllers, I always never liked them.
So one of the other attacks on this movie was they kept saying, "I can't believe you took a movie that they turned into a female role and you gave it back to male roles. That's 2019.
Isn't one of the kids a girl?
I know my point exactly. One of the
it's gender neutral kind of thing. It's both male and female roles, so both main characters.
The funny thing is that these are like small groups that have like you know, think they have big influence, but they really don't. It's like,
oh, it's a Twitter.
If the movie already has a trailer like this movie's coming.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Oh yeah, it's coming. And this is only the first trailer.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I mean, I like the part when, like, you know, Henry Rudd, when his character, like, when the trap makes makes a light, and then he drops it, and then he says, "Who are you?" And then you see her down in the cave, and she's moving the shirts, and the first shirt says Spangler. So you know right then, it's a definite. You know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
You know who that girl is. Just
the
by
granddaughter.
you know she's the granddaughter, and then you just reference it back to the beginning where she says, you know, my mother says we're here to go through the life of my grandfather, her father. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know that those are the Spangler kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and shit goes down, and the surviving Ghostbusters and Sigourney Weaver come back. But to get Sigourney Weaver into it, I'm trying to think, like, how do they get Sigourney Weaver back into it? And there must be a connection. And this is, no one's saying this. I'm saying this could be completely wrong. But I bet you it's going to turn out something like Paul Rudd is her son. And when the kids find, like, the Ghostbuster stuff, and he finds out that these are Egon's grandkids, he's going to turn around and be like, holy crap, my mother knew your grandfather. I'm going to call her and tell her what the hell's going on here. And then she gets the remaining Ghostbusters together, and they go to Oklahoma, where it's all going down at the mine.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they're bringing back Gozer as the enemy, I think, is awesome.
Well, yeah, he's like a god. He doesn't
die.
Gozer's an it because it can take the form of a male or female.
Yeah.
Gozer doesn't have a sex. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but technically, it's basically in the books, like, it's a god. In the first one, it's like, it explains it. But yeah,
it doesn't have a.
So let's see what Post
It could come as a butterfly.
So what do you think, Post?
You know what happened to Gozer? Actually, if you look at the Ghostbuster mythology,
Mhm.
you know what happened to Gozer? You know, Gozer got kicked off Earth, actually.
Mhm.
6,000 BC, which is 8,000 years ago.
Mhm.
Gozer fought Tiamat and lost. And Tiamat kicked Gozer
You
off.
mean Tiamat, the god of the dragons, mother of all dragons, from Forgotten Rune?
I'm talking about the actual Tiamat myth, not
I don't know what
the
the
one
actual
by...
Tiamat myth is. The only thing
I
I know
don't know
about
what the
Tiamat is from Faerun.
either. Please explain.
Yeah.
Tiamat is a Mesopotamian god. What form Tiamat comes in, I mean, I'll look up Tiamat, Mesopotamia.
It's like a griffin-like thing with human hands.
That's what I believe it is. Tiamat.
Yeah, a griffin like with human hands and stuff.
It's an interdimensional god. I know that. Tiamat is a primordial Babylonian Mesopotamian goddess of the ocean and personification of all chaos. She gave birth to the first generation of gods and was later killed by the storm god Murdoch. From her divided body came the heavens and the earth. And yes, she looks like a griffin with two hands, human hands. So anyway, in the mythos of Ghostbusters, Gozer and Tiamat fought, and Gozer was basically banished from the earth, which is why Gozer needs the keymaster and the gatekeeper to open up the gate so Gozer can come back.
Mm-hmm.
And when Gozer comes back, it's the end of the world. And what Gozer does, goes from universe to universe to planet, and just destroying everything. Basically, Gozer is like, Gozer just destroys and eats planets.
It's basically the Ragnarok.
It's like the Protheans from Mass Effect or whatever those octopus things are called.
So
and the way that, by the way, if you remember the way that the Ghostbusters beat Gozer both times actually is they just closed the gate by using their proton packs, which are interesting things in and of themselves. And actually, if you look up what a proton pack does, you will realize how overpowered that weapon is. It is. You look it up on the Ghostbusters official canon wiki and see what the damn thing does. I'm sure you know it's literally a particle accelerator on their back.
Proton pack wiki. That down.
Anyway, what do you guys think of the trailer and the criticism?
I want to hear what Pulse says because now you just finally watched it.
I kind of like the trailer.
And please don't tell me you think it looks too much like Stranger Things, because whatever. Maybe it does. Maybe they went for that Stranger Things feel. And some people have complained about it. Oh, look, it's Stranger Things Ghostbusters. But you know what? Ghostbusters was always kind of a movie that was kind of like...
There's a cult following.
Well, was always kind of a movie that had a target audience of like 8 years old and up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that even if there's less comedy in this movie, they still want to target that 8 years up, that 8-year-old and up audience. And I think the best way to go is with the teenagers taking over, and that's what's going to happen. Is there's going to be 4 new Ghostbusters. 2 of them we know are the Spengler kids. I'm not sure who the other 2 are. But
they're their friends.
They're their friends, right? But 2 of them are the Spengler kids, the grandchildren, and then there's 2 others, and they're gonna take over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like I think the cartoon was like high school kids just walked in and
right.
basically took over. Egon was the main mentor in the cartoons.
Yeah, so and the Ghostbusters will probably show up, help them, mentor them, and we have a new franchise based on the Stranger Things actor, which is fine with me.
Also, Black Widow trailer.
It's fine, and it's fine. I'll tell you why it's fine with me, because it pays respect and homage to the original story. It continues the original story, and we're going to get to see the original Ghostbusters, one last time. At least one last time.
Before they die.
They are up there in age.
They are, but I think Bill Murray's got a couple movies left in him.
Yeah, I don't know. His he does a lot of those B-rated movies.
I'm still waiting for a sequel for Osmosis Jones.
Osmosis, you can wait a long time. I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
Well, I'm glad you liked the trailer. I'm waiting for more to see more, but I'm.
Oh, you're waiting for trailer number 2.
Yeah, but I am hopeful. I see that trailer and I am very hopeful.
Until he watches it, it's like, this is crap. I'm gonna tell everyone in the world how much I hate it.
I want to see Sony, because Sony is the movie company that is doing Ghostbusters. I want to see Sony do what Disney fucked.
Wait! It's Sony doing it and not Warner Brothers?
Sony owns Ghostbusters. Sony and Reitman own Ghostbusters. They also did the female one.
Wait, wasn't the original ones considered Warner Brothers Studios?
Oh God, I don't know. You'd have to look that up.
I have the movie like right here. I can look right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the original 2 were Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know who the original is. I just know it right now. Ghostbusters is owned by Reitman and Sony.
It's Columbia Pictures and Sony Pictures.
Okay.
So Sony has owned it.
Because Warner Brothers owned it, but we'll never let Sony touch it.
It's not Warner Brothers. It's Columbia Pictures.
Is Columbia Pictures still alive?
Oh, it's owned by Sony.
Sony. I think one of the only independent studios left out there is MGM.
They're not doing too hot either.
I'm not sure. What have they done recently? I mean, they put out stuff all the time, don't they? Yeah, they do. But
I know they finally got the DVDs out for the final few episodes for the Stargate Universe. I want to get.
That's on like almost all the streaming services.
Not Netflix or Hulu.
I believe it's on Hulu or Netflix.
No, because we have the basic. We have the basic of the basic Hulu, so. Because I want to hopefully they did a very good ending on it, because that was actually a pretty good season.
There's no ending on it. Stargate Universe is on Hulu.
Okay, they got to see the DVDs like the final cut on it.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything different in that. I've seen Stargate Universe when it came out.
Yeah, me too. But they added some more before. Way after.
It abruptly ended with no ending.
Yeah. But I don't think they're going to bring back Stargate.
Atlantis sucked, in my opinion.
We don't like the raids?
No.
Never seen that.
No. They should have done with their original plan, and after the original Stargate, they should have did SG2.
Well, yeah, I don't think there's no money to be made anymore on Stargate.
Well, what more can you do with it? I mean, think about it. Like, what was the end of SG1? What did they do at the end of SG1? They basically gave humans super weapons. Yeah. And that's it. Like, what more can you do? So basically, one of the tiny human ships can just fly right up to any other enemy ship and be like, "Hi, you're a bad guy. Fire main beam guns." Bam, they're dead.
Well, they got the one.
Well, in Stargate Atlantis, the Egyptian aliens used EMP generators against them, and that's why we were stuck on Atlantis for the longest time, or they were stuck on Atlantis for the longest time.
Yeah, well, they didn't have. So one of the reasons why they were stuck on Atlantis is because they didn't have enough power to power the Stargate to be able to jump galaxies. Because remember, Atlantis was on a planet in a different galaxy. It was not in the Milky Way.
It was a Pegasus galaxy.
It was the Pegasus galaxy, right? So they didn't have enough power to actually open a wormhole to back to the Milky Way. And it was like maybe into the third season or the second season.
They made the bridge.
They made the bridge to do it. But then the Asgardians just gave all of our ships hyperdrives that could go through different galaxies. And then at the end of SG1, they died off suddenly and were like, here's a chip with all our tech. They basically gave the humans all of their technology. They gave us all of their weapon technology so that nothing was a match.
Wasn't it the Atlantis? We found the other version of the Asgard that didn't believe the original Asgard as we know it, of their beliefs and everything, and they're like clearly like mechanically, integrate to their body.
They were an offshoot race. Yeah, I remember those episodes. Yeah.
I remember. Because there might be Asgards out there, that's freaking all biological, not like all mechanical.
Yeah.
Because the cloning was a huge.
They cloned themselves.
Yeah, until
they cloned themselves out of existence.
Yeah.
Thor was the chill one out of all of them. Rest in peace, Thor.
No, he was the one that was doing the experiments.
And Loki. Loki was like, have like those secret base and is ducting humans. And
Thor was the first one that actually went forward in SJ1.
Mm-hmm.
And he was pretty chill. Yeah. But he ends up dying in the end of Atlantis.
Well, I mean, technically all the Asgard die, right? They all die. None of them make it. But it was just kind of like a cheap cop-out at the end. Like, how are we going to end this? I know, let's just give the humans more technology than everyone else, and then it's over, and then we can end it. And that's what they did.
Well, so not only that, I forget one of the movies, the cultists have like one like the superior had the superior technology than the Asgards, and they had to go through. I forgot what that movie's called. It's a ship with a big light up orb in the middle of it.
Yeah, those are the ships that the Asgard gave us the technology to fight.
Yeah,
you're talking about the Ori.
Yeah, but the Ori was like really powerful. Even with the weapons and stuff, humans were still losing until they had to find the one so they could find a technology so they know that the prophet is false, and that's how they like lost power, and that's how they lost.
Well, so I recently watched some of those Ori episodes. No, our ships could take the Ori ships just fine after we got the Asgard technology.
Yeah.
But one of the ways we were stopping their influence was by doing exactly what you said. They were going around and making everyone understand that the book of the prophets or whatever their damn book was false.
Yeah.
But yeah, they. So the one of the movies that I thought was really good that was done after the fact was the movie where Baal, the Goa'uld Baal, goes back in time.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Compendium.
Yeah, and he took the Stargates off the planet so that we would never fight the Goa'uld or ever find the Asgard.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a pretty good movie.
In the end, he got his plan foiled.
Yeah, he did.
His head got chopped off right there for when he called the president and stuff. It was like, no, you're dead. They are our slaves.
Yeah. Although Baal in the normal timeline did help the Stargate Command fight the Ori.
Yeah, well,
because he was a what do they call it? A refugee. Yeah. He was a refugee on Earth.
Yeah.
So the government basically told him, well, you can stay here, but you have to help us. And he did help. He did help for a little while.
He loved the luxury of what the humans have.
Right. They gave him like a mansion and everything like that, and like
it's like, what's this TV? What's this magic box? It's a fucking TV. It's like soap opera, enjoying the wine. It's like, oh shit. That's why he wants to conquer Earth as equals, as partners. Because like, yeah, I want that luxury in life. It's like out of all of these advanced races, they never thought of making a TV or luxury of their own. They're like, oh, we must have better technology of fighting power. Wah.
Right. Well, all right. Why don't we tell us what you think about the Game Awards? I haven't heard much about it.
Want to talk about Black Widow Dead Game Awards? Add one more trailer to it. Well, should we talk about Scarlett Johansson's ass or no?
I mean, if you want to.
I'll post this into it.
Does anybody else think it's kind of funny that both Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds are in the Marvel Universe?
Well, they're ex married, so.
Did either of you watch Ryan Reynolds' new movie on Netflix?
Oh, the free guy. The one that
Free
GTA
Guy.
NPC.
I'm talking about Ryan Reynolds' new Netflix movie.
Oh no, I saw the trailer. His new movie coming called Free Guy. He's like an NPC in the GTA world.
Yeah, that movie doesn't look bad.
That looks pretty fun.
So his Netflix movie came out 2 days ago. It's called Six Underground.
Is it the racing one?
There is a big racing scene at the beginning. Yep.
Yeah, if it's anything to do with racing, I probably skip it. But that's just me.
What do you mean if it's about what?
I thought that movie was about racing, like cars and shit. I'm not really into those, so I kind of skip it.
No idea what you're talking about.
That's what I saw in the trailer. I thought it was like some kind of car movie that Reynolds playing.
There are cars at the beginning of the movie when they're trying to escape from one of their information heists. They're trying to kidnap someone. There's a big car crash scene. This is the problem. It's a Michael Bay directed movie, so it was very
explosion.
It was very expensive to make. There are a lot of gigantic, useless, very hard to do, and very expensive special effects in it that really do nothing to advance the storyline. They're just really expensive things to do. And I feel like they just said, like Michael Bay was like, how can I spend tons of fucking money? I know. Let's do this.
Let's do explosions. Everything needs. Every scene must have an explosion.
This movie was, you ready for this? $150 million for a Netflix movie. $150 million.
Is it already out?
Yeah,
it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. How many times do I have to say it's a Netflix?
When did it came out on Netflix?
On Friday night.
Let's see within a week how much they make from it, I guess.
Well, they don't. What do you mean make from it? Netflix doesn't work that way.
How many people literally watched it?
Oh yeah. It's a good question. So the most watched movie that Netflix has ever made is Sandra Bullock's Bird Box.
I haven't watched it.
That is the most watched movie they ever made. The second most watched movie, which just came out recently, is The Irishman, and that has who's in that?
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, Robert De Niro and
Al Pacino.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I saw the trailer for it.
So that's the second most watched movie right now, and Bird Box still has the record for most clicks in a weekend for a release for Netflix. But I think that The Irishman will eventually overtake it in the amount of time that it's watched over time. Because I'm sure the Bird Box doesn't have the same staying power as The Irishman.
Well, when Disney get the Marvel TV series, then we'll see. I think Netflix is still going to win. Netflix has so many things like that superior than Disney. Even they put the Marvel Cinematic TV series on it.
So So I kind of look. I don't know who's going to win in the end, but I kind of see your thinking, and I understand what you're saying does hold some truth. Netflix literally has their hands in everything and everywhere. They've got studios all over the world producing crazy stuff. Like they have that studio over in Germany that made Dark, and Dark is flipping amazing. Whoever wrote that,
they got a studio in Jordan.
They got a studio in oh, there you go. They got studios in France.
They made the show called Jen. It's an amazing show, but it got a lot of backlash because
I have one thing to criticize with Netflix, though.
What?
So there's a lot to criticize with Netflix. There's a lot to criticize with Netflix. Just let me finish with the direction I'm going here. It's just that, I mean, yes, Netflix is going to have a lot of flops. Six Underground is kind of a flop. Will Smith's Bright, that is a flop. They wanted to make those franchises, but it didn't really go their way.
Every studio pretty much has flops. They have ups and downs.
But for
That
Six
comes with
Underground,
filmmaking.
yeah, for Six Underground, you have The Irishman, and The Irishman was a great freaking movie. You guys got to watch that. It's almost 4 hours, but it was The Irishman. Holy crap, that was a great movie. And I'm not a mob movie fan, and I swore off mob movies years and years, decades ago, right? And I watched that movie, and I was very impressed by The Irishman. And I loved Bird Box. I thought Bird Box was a great movie. I like Stranger Things. I like Dark. I think, look, Netflix is just producing too much. Disney does not have and will not be able to get to the output that Netflix has. And Netflix has just started. Netflix is just chugging along now. And now Netflix, they've got that deal with Nickelodeon. Now Nickelodeon is a Netflix exclusive. So everything that Nickelodeon has is not going to be going on any other streaming services ever again. So if you're talking kids stuff, well, Netflix just bagged Nickelodeon. SpongeBob is coming, guys.
The Arnold movie came out on Netflix, and that's doing well.
Hey Arnold.
Yes.
We
The
have
one where he's trying his parents.
we have the box season DVDs. So like a lot of the stuff, I just buy the box DVDs of it because I do.
Does that mean I get to watch Rugrats on Netflix?
We have all the Rugrats.
No, we don't. We only have the first 2 seasons.
I think it's only the first 2 seasons that's only out for Rugrats.
No, they have way more.
So Netflix has some. I believe they have some Rugrats on there now. They might not have everything. Remember, not everything is up yet from Nickelodeon. They're still working on it, but stuff is slowly getting put on Netflix from Nickelodeon.
I wonder.
Over time, we'll see more.
I wonder if I put like a D&D kind of idea, like player plays it and you go out and reenact it. I wonder if Netflix will pay me to make it.
Reenact it? You mean like a LARP?
Yeah, but we're playing it. We have like high production costs too. We have a theater. We're like one of the.
They already have something like that on Netflix.
Yeah, with Darkness Rising, but it's like no one really makes like as much of those. There's like only a very few.
Anyway, what were you saying post about Netflix that you don't like?
The one criticism that I have on Netflix is how a lot of the shows are region exclusive, so you have to get a VPN to change your region.
Yeah, they have that problem with Star Trek, right? Because Star Trek Discovery, for everyone else in the entire world, Star Trek Discovery is on Netflix, but not in North America. No, in North America, if you want to actually legitimately watch it, you got to get the CBS service, right?
Yeah.
But if you live in any other country, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm never going to watch Discovery.
Especially with the anime, too. A lot of anime is missing for the US.
Well, that's because we have it's because of the streaming services. I know that Funimation, basically, like what they give to Netflix, it's like they kind of like they temper what they give to Netflix.
They have a lot on Hulu,
which they're not going to do anymore because Funimation has its own streaming service.
Streaming service sucks though. I had it for about like 2-3 months. It's just the application of it, especially on my smart TV, has a lot of problems because I can't get the subtitles up.
So I watch Funimation, and yeah, I mean, you know what else? I think Hulu's whole interface sucks too.
Yeah, but I only Ashley uses Hulu. I only watch certain things on Netflix, and pretty soon Disney Plus is gonna be off for a while after Mandalorian's done. Then I will bring it back up when the Marvel TV series come back. It starts popping up, then we'll start adding it in. But other than that, it's like usually I just get the box sets, DVD or Blu-ray box sets, and I get for really cheap on Amazon. And I just put up in the shelf because we get a lot of internet problems here because sometimes we have like days without no internet, and it's like, oh, good thing we got it. So you want to watch it? Shove it in.
Yeah, I just use a VPN and torrent everything.
Yeah, but we need internet though. We don't have internet, so we have the actual DVDs of it and watch it.
Well, I'll torrent a bunch of stuff at once and then just watch it over time.
Well, once I get faster internet, I will become the next great librarian. All hail Lance, still a great librarian.
So what's this about the Game Awards? I don't.
Well, it's conspiracy.
Well, Death Stranding hasn't I think it won like 2-3 slots.
Won 3 awards, which was the most for any one game. it did win Best Narrative. But I want to hear what the conspiracy is. Shoot, take it.
The only reason why they won that many awards is because Hideo Kojima is close friends with the guy that hosts it.
Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
What's the big conspiracy besides? I mean, everyone's been talking about that.
Well, Kotaku confirmed Gamergate, so
yeah, we talked about that a week or two ago.
Another Gamergate? What do you mean?
How like all the games that are in the Game Awards are not voted on. It's just like people that they like that they know, you know.
So you're saying this is Gamergate 2?
Yeah, this is Gamergate 2.
Because Gamergate 1 was certainly not this.
Yeah.
Gamergate 1 was started by our friend Anita Sarkeesian.
To me, it's just you know, I don't really care about the Game Awards. I only care about the trailers. That's the only thing I watch on the damn thing.
Right.
Those trailers.
So tell me more about what they kind of confirmed. How is the picking process done?
Just by people that they're close friends with. Sometimes there's like financial like trade-offs and stuff like that. They get some sort of incentive for putting these games on the awards so that they would get more sales in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I believe, you know what? I believe it. I believe it.
The Game Award went to Shirko. I forget what it's called. It starts with an S.
Sekiro.
Yeah, Sekiro. Yeah. I was thinking about getting it, but I never played it. So
that's the only one that I agree with. Sekiro should win an award.
So here's
Devil
my
May
thing.
Cry won an award.
Yeah, they have action.
Yep. So here's my thing. Out of the games that were up there for best game, and we talked about it in like 2 podcasts ago or whatever. I think we did talk about it, Lance, where we all agreed that we thought Devil May Cry should have been up for best game, and there were other choices as well.
Yeah.
But for me, it should have either been Resident Evil 2. I think that game was incredible. I would have been okay with that. But, you know, Sekiro, it's fine. I looked up the game after, and, you know, a lot of people really love that game. That game got really good Metacritic scores. So, you know.
Well, what is it? Is it like another Dark Soul type of game?
Yes. Yeah, it's Dark Souls, but it has more mechanics added to it. So it's more of like a modern version of Dark Souls. Because for the longest time, Dark Souls 1 through 3 were just like based off of Demon Souls, the same mechanics and everything. They didn't really add anything to them.
Okay.
Then when Sekiro came on, they added like different stuff, like different mechanics. And then now they have Code Vein, which is even more mechanics on top of that. So
yeah, Code Vein is an awesome game. I loved Code Vein. Code Vein is great.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it on the PC soon once it drops down on price.
Yeah, you're missing out if you haven't played Code Vein.
Yeah, give me money. You know,
it was on sale a while ago.
I mean, you're gonna sit on the internet and e-bag? Is that what you're gonna do?
No, I'm gonna get on. I'm waiting for the I think the Christmas. I'm waiting for the actual Christmas stream sale to see Code Vein.
GOG already launched their sale.
Yeah, I need to see Code Vein in it.
No, it's not in it. Nope.
Yeah, so I'll be
Steam had it for the longest time. I'm not sure if it's still on sale.
Yeah, but I don't know because I'm still waiting for the checks before so I can start, you know, paying off shit.
So, Graham, you played Code Vein, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Who was your waifu?
Who do you think?
Mia?
No, it's me. He made a customized character just look like me so I can Netflix and chill on Code Vein.
Lance, shut up.
I don't know.
The best action RPG type games that I played in a while were definitely Code Vein and then Nier Automata. I loved Nier Automata as well.
Have you ever played with the files at all?
With the what?
With the files on Code Vein at all? Did you go to its directory and stuff?
No, I just played the game.
Yeah.
So in the files, there were a couple options for Mia's accent. There was a Russian accent for her.
Oh, nice. I would have enjoyed that.
Mutant Boy commented, Cold Vein is trash. LOL.
Who the hell said this?
Mutant Boy.
I'm muting this kid.
Don't mute him. He's a YouTuber from Sweden.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
I didn't mute him. I just removed his comment because honestly, Code Vein, the game, it's not a perfect game, but you can't sit here and say anyone who knows anything about video games cannot sit here and say that Code Vein was not a hugely improved version of the Dark Souls combat
Never
system.
played Dark
Souls. He says Redmit from the Ashes is better in my opinion. I don't know what that game is.
You know what? I know what that game is, and no fucking way. No fucking way. I am sorry. That is ludicrous.
I don't like anime-looking RPG. Well, everyone has their own opinion on what they like and what they
I
don't
don't
like.
If you don't like anime, then you're not a man of culture.
Anime, actually, lighting the winter, spring anime is gonna be coming up soon.
Winter anime.
Winter anime? I thought winter anime already happened.
No, it's just been fall. The winter hasn't happened yet.
It's fine, man. I just trolling these potatoes, love. That's fine, Mutant Boy. Yeah, I'm gonna get Cold Vein for sure. I want to get Pillars of Eternal 1 and 2 because I never played a damn thing. I'm gonna get for the Switch. Yeah, I'm gonna get for the Switch. Because you know how post is like really good, like style, like what Diablo 3 style, isn't it?
No,
it's like Divinity.
They're like Baldur's Gate. They're like Baldur's Gate.
Oh, then I'm going to get it because I start enjoying the controls of it on the Switch more than on the PC.
The controls are so they're all isometric RPGs like Divinity Original Sin, but the combat system that's in Pillars of Eternity is like Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights. Divinity Original Sin is completely turn-based, which is awesome. And by the way, my favorite out of all of them is Divinity Original Sin 2. I freaking love that game. Oh my god, it's so good. Pillars of Eternity is also really good, both of them, and it's very similar to the Baldur's Gate combat. It's basically real time, but you can pause it. Real time, pause it, give commands, let it go, pause it, give commands, cast spells, let it go. Divinity Original Sin is not like that. It's just completely turn-based.
Yeah. No one could. I can't afford Cold Vein right now, Mutant Boy. Grim has a gift, so lucky, and a post got it. I've been paid for it. As to me, like buying games like $60, it has to be a very good game that's worth $60.
Yeah, you bought me Devil May Cry right off the bat.
Huh?
You bought me Devil May Cry right off the bat.
And that was a mistake because that game went down real fast.
Yeah, I even told her this.
And let me tell you, Devil May Cry 5 is a great game. It's a great game.
That's my favorite.
It didn't go down because it wasn't a good game, because you can't say that about it.
It's because of censorship crap, and it went down from there. It's like,
well, they luckily they uncensored
it. Yeah.
But Devil May Cry 5 definitely deserved the award it got. It got Best Action Game. I am totally down with that. Devil May Cry 5 was a great game, but $60 for any game is a lot of money. And Devil May Cry went down pretty quickly in price.
I think Fire Emblem won the strategy one, I believe, or the Nintendo one. Fire Emblem.
It won strategy game. Yep.
Yeah. I think that's correct because it is a very good game.
Oh, that was the other game that I think so. My game of the year was between Resident Evil 2 and Fire Emblem, because those were both up for Game of the Year. I personally think it should have went to one of those, because I think that those games have far more mechanics than the game that won, but that's okay. I accept the game that won.
You want to know my opinion of the Fire Emblem?
Sure, go ahead.
3 Houses.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as good as Awakening.
Awakening, that was on the DS.
Yes, yeah.
3DS.
Yeah. I think because of the story version of it, I think that's why. Because 3 Houses was kind of generic with the stories.
No, you know what was pretty generic about 3 Houses?
What?
the character class changes. There were no exclusive classes between different characters.
Yeah.
None of the characters felt really unique as far as like their classes go.
Yeah.
Whereas Awakening, there are strategists, 1 or 2 strategists. There's grandmasters. There, Dark Knights only went to the people that had high stats in those fields and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
Lance, you're looking extra fresh today, my friend.
I'm not. I'm exhausted.
Lance, are you the fresh maker?
I gave you a fresh maker. League of Legends won a lot of awards. I was very surprised, and I think Fortnite won the most multiplayer, I believe.
The fact that League of Legends got awards, even though it's an older game, proves that Tencent got some sort of involvement in the game awards.
Yeah, because they got the trailers out for like 2 new like RPG style League of Legends games.
So Fortnite got the award for best ongoing game, which that makes no fucking sense. Okay, I'm sorry, that makes no sense.
I thought Minecraft would win that.
No, Minecraft is not a persistent world, so how can it?
World of Warcraft has more subscriptions or players than Fortnite.
So here's what I think, that the 2 games that deserved that were definitely World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV. Those are the 2 games that should have been up for that award, and one of them should have won it. And
game is trash.
Yeah.
She says
so
Fortnite is trash.
The fact that Fortnite won that award is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
You know what that says? That says that Epic gave Jeff Keighley money. Epic gave Jeff Keighley money. That's why Fortnite, in my opinion, Fortnite and League of Legends and Apex Legends should not have been mentioned in any category. Those games are fucking trash.
Well, no, League of
Legends. I played Apex once and I hated it. It was horrible.
League of Legends is great. The only thing that got me out of League
but
of
it's
Legends.
Old. It's an old game. It's
no. Is the League of Legends is fine, but the problem with League of Legends is that they just brought out too many damn characters. They just changed the skin. That's it.
Did you see them making single-player League of Legends games?
Yeah, I told you there's 2 trailers coming out. It's already out. I'm not getting it. It's like I might get it when it's like I don't know how much it costs, but if it's really cheap, I might get it and test it out. But other than that, it's like that thing just fell out of me since League of Legends came out when I was like end of my high school years and beginning of my college years. Because it was like Dota on the Warcraft 3 than it was League of Legends.
Right, Dota 1, which is on Warcraft 3. Hey, but that comes to my bias against League of Legends. And I have had a lot of people tell me that it's an okay game. That's fine. And I've played it once or twice. My bias lies in the fact that it literally replaced StarCraft as the esports king, and I hate that. I hate that. StarCraft is such a better game than League of Legends.
But part of that's also Blizzard's fault for firing a lot of their esports division.
And also kissing their ass to China.
Understood. Yep, understood. It's true. It's true. So what company am I thinking about that literally, as far as advertisements and announcements, went really hard?
Magic the Gathering.
Yes, Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, you gotta tell me about that, because I played the pre-release of it, and I see like Black Lotuses and Box Pearls and shit like that. I was like, it's because usually a lot of times they do it. It's not really arena. They usually have a box for it too when it comes out for the pre-releases. So explain that to me.
A box? What do you mean by a box?
No, like pre-releases, instead of getting like go out and get the card, you get the pre-releases in the arena. But the newer trailer it came out with was a Thios, I think what's called
Arrows
Beyond Death. That's the new set coming out.
Okay, then
that was one of their announcements.
Yeah, but then why is I was playing that pre-release, get the 3 boosters, open it to the game comes out. I see like Black Lotuses and shit. I sent you a picture of it yesterday.
That's different.
That's for Pioneer.
No, those are special promo decks that they put like a Black Lotus in it and some other really old cards. and those cards are only usable in those pre-constructed decks,
Mm-hmm.
and you can only use those pre-constructed decks against other people using those pre-constructed decks.
Okay.
It's like a promotional thing to get people to come play Arena. But hey, you know what it does do? Even though it's a promotional thing, it shows that they can easily program old cards into the game.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to, because the original Magic the Gathering Online, they're going to close it down, aren't they?
No, they have said no such thing.
Well, I think they're going to do it sooner or later, because I don't think they want to pay. I don't know if that thing's making enough money anymore.
Well, they'll have to figure out a way to do that. It's not cut and dry to just.
Well, they got to reimburse the people.
Yeah,
or have to import the cards to the arena.
Something has to.
Or give them, or go based off of how much the average account is worth, and then turn that currency into gems in Arena, but only do that when all the cards are programmed in Arena.
Yeah,
all the cards would have to be in Arena, so they'd have to go back to the alpha set, right? But the other things that Wizards of the Coast showed was a new multiplayer Dungeons and Dragons game and a Magic the Gathering MMO. They showed.
I want to look at. You know what the name of it is?
Wasn't it Legends?
Just called Legends. Yeah.
The multiplayer game.
And then they had a lot of Legends is the MMO. I don't know what there was a Dungeons and Dragons. Icewind Dale was the multiplayer.
Yeah, it was Magic Legends. I got it out from GeekWire.
Yeah.
Links back to Magic and D&D Further Beyond tabletop with 2 new video games. Magic Legends.
And then there's the there's the multiplayer Icewind Dale game.
Okay, I'm gonna play the trailers. It'll be up on the screen. This is Magic Legends. I haven't watched it.
Dr. Alliance is the name of the D&D game.
Actually, I watched this one. So this could be like a D&D style, right?
No, it's an MMO.
Yeah. I wonder how that's. Is it gonna be like? Hopefully, it's better than that shit number Winter Nights they had at Dungeons and Dragons 1 too.
That's what I said, because guess who's developing?
Yeah.
The same people who didn't have a Winter Nights.
It's
the same development team.
I have Obsidian do it.
Obsidian's owned by Microsoft.
Fortunately.
Well, Nintendo bowed down to Microsoft. That looks fresh. The problem is you play, it's like piece of crap. You and I play that piece of crap.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're right. It was bad.
Yeah, because
the best Magic the Gathering game that ever was created was Chandelar.
The Dark Alliance. I think this was Dungeons and Dragons one.
I just sneezed.
Oh, bless you.
The Dark Alliance. This is the Icewind Dale game.
Drizzt. We see Drizzt.
Okay, so I just said it takes place in Icewind Dale.
I know.
So
what's that dwarf's name?
Wolfgar.
Yeah.
So this trailer is kind of wonky, but it's kind of weird. But
I feel like this music's gonna give me copyright.
Well, it's in-game music, right?
Yeah.
So in-game music is going to give you copyright.
This is definitely not in-game music.
Dark Alliance. The Slay Together. So this is another MMO, right?
No. It's a multiplayer action game. It's four players, so it's not an MMO though.
So yeah, Theos is one. I already watched that. I already played. I already played the whatever. I want to open this pack.
Theros Beyond Death is
new set. When is the set coming out?
January 17th.
Yeah.
Let me see what they have on their cards, and I sold majority of my cards.
Did you see the pre-release boxes yet, Graham?
I looked at them slightly. You know what? I think paper is dead. Everything that they did at the Game Awards just convinces me more and more how they are leaning towards
digital.
Digital.
Like the comic books is pretty much dead, and they're more towards digital now, or the graphic novel books.
I feel like Wizards of the Coast is like they've realized that the money is in digital. It's not in printing paper.
Yeah, so I'm really interested in the Dark Alliance one.
Well, they're going to start
putting. This is not the first game they've made called Dark Alliance. Remember they did Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance?
Oh yeah, I haven't played a DLC. I haven't beat Baldur's Gate almost. I'm still halfway in the game. Once I'm done with
hold on. What game am I talking about?
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance.
Yeah, and what system is it on?
Isn't that the DLC for Baldur's Gate 1?
No, it's the game that's on the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox.
Oh wait. I thought it was DLC. Because I might just get it for myself. Is it Baldur's Gate Black Alliance?
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. There's a 1 and a number 2. They're on the PS2 and the Xbox.
I see. I actually have this. I have 1. I don't have 2.
2 is better than 1, but they're both good.
Oh, so I need to get 2. I got 1. I bought it, and I did not know anything about it. It just says D&D on it. I just picked it up.
They're definitely decent games.
Well, yeah, I will. Well, after I'm done reviewing the Planescape, Icewind Dale, and Baldur's Gate 2, I'm gonna be finishing up one game at a time.
You recently put up a famous review. Why don't you tell us about it?
Neverwinter Nights review for this port for the Switch. Are we moving to the ports now?
I guess if there's anything else anyone has to say about the Game Awards other than it just wasn't that good.
Yeah.
That was a conspiracy.
I want to talk about the Xbox X series.
Sure. And I don't want to sound like a parrot because every fucking YouTuber with a stick up their ass that's trying to get views starts off every video with, I hate the name! Oh my god!
I don't like how it looks.
The name. I'm Rich Reveal Tech USA, and I've got a cucumber name up my bum. The name.
Well, he's cool. And the other people that does it, it's like,
well, they're all doing.
Basically, everyone wants to talk about it. I'm not a huge, I don't care who wins, long as they have good games on it. I don't care how the console's good, as long as it's affordable and it has you're paying for the worth of the consoles itself.
I love the marketing though. Did you see their marketing slogan?
No, I didn't see it. I
Fastest.
watched the trailer. I probably skipped
it. Wait, hold on. It says fastest. Period. Most powerful. Period.
Yeah, well,
That's not a meme. That's their marketing. It says Xbox Series X fastest. Period. Most powerful. Period.
Well, I think remember
Come on. That's brilliant.
Yeah, but I think Xbox is gonna win the next console generation. Then it'll be PlayStation again.
I don't know who's gonna win the overall sales.
Switch.
But I can tell you, I can tell you right now that it looks like that the Xbox Series X systems are going to be faster than the PlayStation 5. I'm sure everything will be relevant.
Grim, you didn't know, did you?
What?
They're going to be upgradable like PC, so that they'll come out with kits later on, so that you don't have to buy another console.
Well, the Series X consoles?
Yes, they're going to be kits where you can upgrade the console.
And where did you hear this rumor?
There's a thing going out, and it was confirmed.
By who? Where?
By Major Nelson.
So Major Nelson was a person on Twitter who apparently told us that the PlayStation 5 was going to be the most powerful console and that the Xbox was going to have trouble struggling against it, the new Xbox. And it turns out Major Nelson is wrong.
No, I'm not talking about that Major Nelson.
Then who?
No, there's a guy that's actual name is Major Nelson.
And he works for where? I'm sorry, so look, working on YouTube, I we have so many people that email us saying, "Oh, I have a source. I have this source. I have that source," and like we email back and like they can't prove their source, and like I deal with it like on a freaking daily basis. It just like blows my mind. That's why I'm asking. I'm not like trying to be a dick. I'm just I deal with this on a daily basis. So
his actual name is Larry Herb. I can't pronounce his last name.
You know, the first console I'm gonna get. You know, between those two is whatever game lineup it is.
By the way, if you go to Google and write Xbox Series X, the first web page that comes up is the Microsoft page, and it says the new Xbox Series X, fastest, period, most powerful, period. Come on, that is such a troll marketing. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
You don't think that's a troll marketing?
It is. The seventh one in the beginning, you know, about the, you know, how to, you know, Sony did the, you know, how you let a friend borrow a game. You just pass on them a game to your friend.
They did do that. You have to. I'll take your word that you saw that news. You'll have to send me a link in Discord, because I've had so much stuff coming in email about the new consoles over the last 2 weeks that I have had so many like Twitter sources coming in that like I would just need to see where that came from.
Okay, Seth, do me a favor. Look at the picture of the Xbox Series X.
Yep.
Okay, tell me, what does that look like?
An ATX case.
Not just that, but look at the case specifically. That wasn't designed by them.
Okay.
That was a case schematic that was made by Corsair that never actually made it to market.
So that is a Corsair case?
Yeah, that's a Corsair case.
You know what's kind of funny? It looks like one of those Alexa shit.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing to Vara. I said it looks like one of those AIs. But it's bigger than the AIs. So roughly, if you look at the size of the controller, it's like 3 controllers high. And by the way, it's been confirmed you can lay it on its side. It doesn't need to stand up.
The only issue I have with it is I haven't seen the schematics of it, like the pictures of the inside of how the VRMs are placed or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm really concerned about cooling because all I see is a 180 millimeter fan on the top of the case.
Yep, and they're claiming, and this is the claim, I don't know the validity of their claim, but they're claiming that fan, it's a very big fan that they said they can spin it at a slower rate so it doesn't make as much noise. And just by the way the whole thing is constructed, it's constructed to have like this like maximum effect airflow, and that fan on the top, which spins at a slower RPM, is able to cool this whole thing just by the mere fact of how it was designed.
I heard you do the horizontal and vertical too on the mounts on this.
That's what I just said.
Oh, sorry.
I said it is confirmed you can put it on its side. Yeah.
Lance is hard of hearing. Just remember that.
You married me.
Yeah. So I believe it's a Corsair case. Sure, I could believe that. But as far as them having plans to make it upgradable, I would like to see like how that would work, right? Would that be like through Best Buy? Would it be through like a send-in program? Because I you know how these companies are with the whole repair and warranty crap. They don't want anyone opening these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. But you know, there's people that made consoles before that allow people to upgrade, like Sega. Sega made upgrades for their consoles.
Absolutely, but those were external upgrades.
Yes.
But I'm just saying that knowing how warranties work and how these companies are today, I kind of find it hard to believe that they're going to want anyone opening up a system and putting anything in it, because we know how they are. I mean, hell, did you see the Louis Rossman drove into Boston for the right to repair hearings? And you should see how these people, these companies, these lobbyists that they send. Oh my God, these people are so full of crap.
He destroyed them now with his speech.
Oh, he was awesome. No doubt. Oh my God, you were right.
He's like, oh, this lady made the excuse of this thing. Well, that's not the type of thing we would hear 200 years ago. So, and then he ended it right there.
Yeah, Louis Rossman was on point, man. The man is sometimes brilliant. Totally agree. I just don't know how this would go about. I mean, we do know most likely we can only guess. There's going to be multiple SKUs. And the one thing that does worry me is the lower end SKUs. The rumor off Twitter, which I hate, is that the machine is actually going to be slower than an Xbox One X. That the low end SKU is actually a slower machine than an Xbox One X.
Why would I want to? It's like, I guess
because it will be DirectX 12 compatible and support ray tracing, where the Xbox One X will have more clock cycles, but is only a DirectX 11 system and does not support ray tracing. And remember, the Xbox One X is just a souped overdrive AMD Jaguar processor, which is inferior to the Navi and the Ryzen chips that are in the Series X. So even if you have a slower Series X, which in clock cycle, yes, the bottom, the first SKU will have a lower clock cycle, but it's still going to be able to support ray tracing, still going to be DirectX 12 compatible, and it's still going to be a Navi basis.
But what the price dip, because how Xbox did it, it's like $100 difference from the S and the Xbox One X. They're going to like there's like $100 difference on this one. It's like just show out the freaking $700 to get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I also need to state this too. All hardware can ray trace. It's just what dedicated hardware that's in it does it the ray tracing good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just in this generation of ray tracing that NVIDIA introduced, they chose to put the tensor cores on the graphics card itself. It doesn't necessarily need to be that way. You can actually have RAM that does the ray tracing for you, just nobody has done it yet.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, very true. But then, like I said, the other thing is the fact that the Xbox One X, even though it's a 6 teraflop machine, it's not a native DirectX 12 system, whereas even the lower end Series X will be DirectX 12 native. You know, the system will be designed around DirectX 12, where the Xbox One X does not even run DirectX 12.
I'm still waiting for the specs to be confirmed because a lot of people seem to be saying that the Series X will be 12 teraflops.
The high-end SKU, yeah, that's exactly what I saw as well. The high-end SKU will be 12 teraflops. That's what
the CPU would be 8-core targeting 3.5 gigahertz. I seem to doubt that a lot because Zen 2 is out, and you can get a chip that does higher than that while still being in like the price range of a Xbox console.
So when do you think we'll get more information on the actual specs that show this the hardware that show the hardware?
Usually in this type of stuff, Q2 of every year, that's when Computex Taiwan is, or Computex Taiwan is.
Yeah, mid of next year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anytime mid of next year, because they want to get all the hypes and shit during the holidays. Basically, they're like very secretive with PlayStation. I think PlayStation already got all their specs out.
Somewhat, yeah. I think PlayStation 5 is in about the same position that the Xbox Series X is in right now.
Yeah.
You know, we have about the same amount of information about them, except that we don't actually know what the case for the PlayStation 5 is going to look like. All we've seen is the dev kit, where Microsoft
is ugly as sin, by the way.
I'd rather have that damn thing. Looks unique. Looks like back in the 90s. But I think we're gonna do it short with the ports because it's almost 11:30. So we'll end it with the ports. I'm guessing I'm the only one that actually played the port for the Switch.
Oh yeah, I don't have them.
Post.
Which ports?
Baldur's Gate 1
The
and 2,
Infinity Engine
Neverwinter Nights, and Icewind Dale, and Planescape.
No, I didn't play any of them.
They're called the Infinity Engine ports.
Yeah. Don't get Neverwinter Nights on the Switch. It's a really bad port. Too many bugs. Too many problems. The Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, Icewind Dale, and Planescape are better ports for the Switch. A lot more fluid. No problems at all I face that I found so far. I'm gonna be playing more Planescape tonight, and the gameplays are on the ANA Let's Play. Once I'm done reviewing all of them, I'm gonna start beating one game at a time, so I can get all the gameplay up on the ANA Let's Play channel. But yeah, for the price, $50, I think it's like overpriced for any of these games for the Switch, because you can get these games for like $10 or less on GOG or Steam.
On sale, you can. On sale.
Oh no, not even on sale. You can get each individual game for like $10.
On GOG and Steam, these games are $19.99 if they're not on sale.
And Baldur's Gate, I didn't get Baldur's Gate on sale, and I got it for like less than $10.
When I bought them, I got them all for like $5. I got them for like 75% off.
I
but
bought.
if you go on GOG right now,
well, they won't give me the price because I owned it. But yeah, I wish you'd just get on the computer. It's a lot cheaper in the long run. But
yeah, they're $19.99. All the enhanced versions, not on sale, are $19.99. But there's no reason to buy them for that price. Just wait for a sale, because they literally go on sale like 5-6 times a year, and you can get them from anywhere from $5 to $10.
Yeah. So, but after I'm done with these, beating all of this, I'm gonna play Neverwinter Nights and record it. Neverwinter Nights 2, I mean. I really wish they port that shit over, but.
And if anyone out there that's listening to this, which is probably no one, but anyway, if anyone is listening to this and wants to play a modern game that is like, the Infinity Engine games, but is a little more turn-based, Divinity Original Sin 2 is an amazing game. It is an amazing game. It is similar in many ways to Baldur's Gate as far as how the engine works and how the spell systems work. It's very similar. In fact, they have modules for it if you get it on the PC that lets you import D&D 5e skins. Right, Post? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Wouldn't you agree that it's an absolutely amazing game?
Yes, anybody that's also interested in like multiplayer and stuff, do the Dungeon Master mode on it.
Yeah. And also, Larian, the company that makes it, is the very company that is working on Baldur's Gate 3 right now.
Mm-hmm. And also Neverwinter Nights on any of the console does not have Dungeon Creator mode,
which was one of the which was one of the draws for that game, right? That's one of the reasons why I made that game so good. I remember back in the day, back when I was at college, we used to spend hours, going on to different servers and finding different dungeons and just doing PvP in that game, and they basically took it out.
Yeah, because basically I was thinking about, if they had Dungeon Creator on the Switch, I will spend the time and make the Mad Maid dungeon on it. But that's never going to happen again.
You could do it on the PC version.
It's too much work. My time is precious.
Right. You have a whole lot of time to doing nothing.
Oh, I have a whole lot of time for something.
Okay, I think we are good, right? We should probably call it.
Yeah. Any last comments? Any last comments on the chat? Post, Grim,
Chat is dead.
Chat is dead. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. The reviews will be up this week. D&D stuff will be up this week. Probably be like 1 or 2 vlogs this week. New Year's giveaway will be coming up on the day of New Year's. So we'll be giving away gift cards and animes and stuff.
What is going on in New Year's?
New Year's, I remember like last year we gave gift cards and anime and magic card stuff away for New Year's. I'm gonna do the same thing this year. Same thing for 2020.
Give me all your magic cards.
I sold majority of them. I only have the decks that I want to keep.
Right. So how much?
So, Graham, I need to say something to you.
Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
You said Vizio bought from a Chinese company their TN panels. Well, they buy from a Taiwanese company called Amtrain, and Amtrain doesn't even make the panels themselves. They recycle older panels from Samsung monitors and stuff.
So you're telling me that's where the Taiwanese company is getting their panels and recycling them?
Yeah,
Graham, why did you time him out? He just says comfy hoodie and buy.
No, he was saying someone was stuttering.
Oh.
Yeah. He was making fun of one of us. I don't know who it is.
I just told him to be nice.
I don't know who he was making fun of, but we don't want that in chat. So he's lucky that I didn't just hide him.
Yeah. Okay. So continue post.
Because actually, none of us here have actually have a stutter. So I'm not actually sure what he's talking about. Do you stutter, Lance?
I don't know. Do I stutter?
It might be like when it records and then it's streamed on, that it sounds like somebody stuttering.
Yeah,
because there's a 30-second delay. That's why too.
And even if someone had a stutter, you can't let someone make fun of that because that's like a disability. So you should always ban someone who's making fun of someone that has a stutter.
JW's coming for you, Graham.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think any of us that are talking tonight even have a stutter.
No, I don't think we do. It's just we like to say a lot or I a lot of times when we talk because it's not scripted.
That's true. I guess we do that.
Yeah, so
yeah, I'm looking online, by the way. You're right. Vizio does get their panels from some strange Chinese. I'm sorry,
Taiwanese company. Amtrain, they recycle TN panels from Samsung. So it's a Samsung TN panel, but from an older TV, so they recycle it.
Well, at least they recycle it.
Well, they can't do that on the
landfill.
They can't do that on the OLED TVs, though. You can't use a recycled panel on an OLED.
No, not on an OLED, but there's ways you can do, like with layerings and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, Mutant Boy, if you're still in the chat, take this from people who have experience on YouTube. You're not going to get anywhere if you're talking like that, unless you want to try and be an edgy boy. And if you want to be an edgy boy, then you're not welcome here, because we're not looking for edgy. We're not looking for edgy boys. That's not what we're looking for. So if you want to be an edgy boy, you can go fuck yourself.
I think that'll be it. Subscribe, like, and share. We might do live D&D. I don't know if you guys want to do that.
Live D&D?
Yeah, like we did before, but we stopped that for a while, a while ago.
How many times did we do that?
I think we did like a few weeks of it because
I don't remember doing live D&D.
We did live D&D. We just we did a couple weeks, then everyone's schedule went all wonkers and stuff. Because everyone had to do something that day, or you're sick that day, and stuff like that. So we just stopped doing it, just recorded it.
But we've been playing D&D. I just don't remember doing it live.
Hopefully tomorrow, you guys will be able to make it for the Pathfinder game.
Right, I know Pathfinder is tomorrow. That's
Post?
True. Yes.
Coming tomorrow for Pathfinder?
Yes.
So how is it, Post, that Vizio gets these recycled panels for all of these TVs? How the hell could they be using that many recycled panels?
I don't know, because a lot of like tech companies